Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to Dr. Omar. So we're going to present our assignment 3. So the assignment 3 is about cyber stalking, real cases of a cyber stalking. So our group member consists of three person, which is Muhammad Daniel and Muhammad Akmal and myself, Farhan Aiman. So without further ado, let's jump into our first slide.
Okay, so for the first one is cyber stalking. So what is cyber stalking? Cyber stalking is basically the use of internet or other electronic devices which means to stalk or harass an individual. It may also include blackmail, identity theft, and vandalism.
Okay, so for the case in hand, which is based on cyberstalking, is about a real life case on a, a young student called Ryan S. Lin. So his crimes included hacking into his roommate's laptop, sending child pornography, sending threatening texts, sending texts alleging as the roommate, wire frauding, and also creating multiple personas online to directly harass people. Um, Further details on this case will be explained in the real life case study video posted on our YouTube.
Apa interest?
Oh yeah.
911, what is your emergency?
Somebody broke into our house.
911, what is your emergency?
Like a report like Puma, a double murder in Cambridge Arms.
Good evening, people. My name is Muhammad Daniel, and I am the host for today's weekly episode on Coded Criminals. Crime, as we all know, has been plaguing mankind ever since the existence of good and evil. However, there is proof to believe that the dawn of technology has increased the duality of criminology. Some might say these advancements bring humankind to its peak, to another level. However, some might say that it can spell doom, misery, and a downward spiral towards humanity. I can vouch for the latter because this is a disturbing story based on the campaigns of cyberstalking of Ryan S. Lin. Ladies and gentlemen, the The content that we are about to watch is somewhat graphic, so viewer discretion is advised. This is the disturbing story of Ryan S. Lin. Lin was always an intelligent young man. He would often scourge through books to heighten his knowledge, particularly on computers, and he even taught himself how to code. However, Lin had multiple problems at home, which included the deterioration of his father's health. This caused Lin to develop multiple mental issues, which caused him to follow his own social laws, which caused him to be an outcast in school. Lin's first act of defiance against the law was when he got suspended in school for inappropriately messaging a girl, among other reasons. It is safe to say that most
of Ryan's actions, his campaigns of cyberstalking, was bound to happen due to his unchecked mental illnesses. Well, you might think that after all the suspensions he received in school, it would prevent him from any future misdemeanors. However, those thoughts are far from the truth, as Lynn's madness spirals deeper and darker than ever before. Lynn's first major act of cybercriminality started in college. He first hacked into his female roommate's MacBook and stole her Google Drive. He stole multiple data such as private records, private informations, private images and videos, especially those which are illicit, and he also wire frauded his roommate's bank accounts and transferred funds towards his accounts. However, stealing his roommate's data is just isn't enough for him, as he proceeded to blackmail his roommate and pretended to be her by setting up fake anonymous accounts of her in illegal adult sites. So, as it stands, this story still does not have an end. Despite Lin's intelligence in masking his trail, he left crumbs and bits for the FBI to trail his scent. For instance, he used Tor to connect to VPNs and overseas providers. He encrypted his hard drives and used 1,000 different IP addresses in connection with his criminal conduct. He used hundreds of separate accounts with well-known overseas encrypted email providers, and he used dozens of spoofed text providers, as well as multiple VPN services. The FBI then proceeded to arrest Lin and seized his laptop, where they discovered illegal child pornography, visits to news articles about bomb threats, and also visits to anonymous text messaging sites. Lin is then sentenced to 17.5 years in prison for his crimes, while Smith is regarded as a hero for her bravery against Lin's cyber rampage. Ryan Lin's story reveals a broad societal failure. For years, a young person has harassed others without the necessary intervention from healthcare providers, schools, law enforcement, despite repeated indications of problematic behaviors. The many people who Lin victimized were harmed by the system's failure to address so many warning signs. This is the tragic story of Ryan S. Lynn's cyberstalking campaign. So that is the real life video based on our case study. I shall move on towards the Google links, which can be found in the slides. Um, yes, that one. So these are the links. We have linked it to our YouTube as well as a Google Drive where we can download the YouTube video, and we shall proceed to the conclusion.
Oh, so for the conclusion, cybercrimes isn't confined to a small scale, as it could affect mentally scar a person life through the disturbing case of Orion as Lynn's cyber stalking rampage. Whether the scale is massive or insignificant, we as future faces of justice should learn the footsteps of our founding heroes in cybercriminology and take notes on how to extinguish the flames chaos that is cyber criminals once and for all.
That is all for our group's presentation and our take on assignment 3. Thank you.
Thank you.